just a almost black sky, just a really, really dark navy blue with just billions and billions of little stars out there. And I was just kind of, like looking around. I saw 5, maybe 6 demons off in front of me and slightly to my right. I mean, I don't know how I could tell they were demons, but I knew they were demons. I mean, there was just absolutely no other way to describe it. They were demons. I was just looking at them, and I was kind of wondering where I am and what I'm doing, and they started coming towards me, just slowly moving towards me, and they were laughing. They weren't saying anything. They were just laughing. And as they got closer and closer, I'm kind of thinking, well, this is where the cavalry's supposed to come in. Where is Jesus? I was realizing that at that point, and he was nowhere around. And so then I started getting kind of a little bit nervous, and these demons just kept coming closer and closer and closer to me, kind of up on my right-hand side here, and I was getting freaked out. I really expected Jesus was going to just be there and get rid of the whole bunch, and he wasn't, and they were just getting closer and louder, and I just all kinds of thoughts just started going through my mind, like, what did I not do? What did I not do enough of? Just thinking over, what sin did I commit that wasn't forgivable, and just all kinds of thoughts were going through my mind, and I was getting really scared. And then all of a sudden, the thought just went through my head. It has nothing to do with me at all. It's not about me. It's about Jesus. It doesn't matter how much I did do, how much I didn't do. It's all about him. And as soon as I thought that, a lion just appeared right in front of me and just was there. I guess when you think of the Lion of Judah, I was expecting, this really big, strong, young lion. It was a good-sized lion, but he wasn't a young lion. It was very powerful, very, very powerful. And he just stood and looked at him, didn't look at me, didn't say anything. I mean, there was nothing. And then he just roared, and the demons just went, they were gone. And then after that, the demons were gone, the lion was gone. I was just kind of laying there, there's this just endless sky with the billions and billions of stars. And it was just so peaceful there. There was no bright lights, there was no dead relatives, there was nothing like that. Just like endless space. But there was light. There was enough light from the stars. It wasn't scary or anything. It was just very, very peaceful. And I was just laying there, and I could feel God there. Just, when you're a little kid and you can't picture how God can be here and at Grandma's house and in South Africa and all that. You just can't picture how he is everywhere. You believe it because that's what you're told, but it just, you can't put it together in your mind. And now I know, because God was just there everywhere. There's just like no place you can go that's too high, too low, too deep, too wide. There is nowhere you can go where he isn't. He is everywhere. The one feeling that hit me more than anything was just the power and the majesty. I didn't see him. I did not talk to him. He didn't talk to me. I just knew he was there. Yeah, I can't begin to put it in words. It was just so overwhelming and yet not scary. It just gave you the biggest sense of just comfort and peacefulness, and just knowing he's got it all under control. And the other thing that I thought was, when you just sit there and you look at this endless space, and God is everywhere, that there's no beginning, there's no end. He was just like Genesis 1:1, in the beginning, God, that's just what it was, is he was everywhere, and always has been everywhere, always will be everywhere, and he's got it all under control. And I thought these people who set themselves up against God, whether they're kings and rulers or just ordinary people like us, and think they're going to stick their fist in his face, and just they have no clue the power they're dealing with. Just none. And it just made me feel very sorry for anybody who doesn't know God's Son and doesn't know the love that he has for us, because I didn't feel wrath, just a lot of love, but there was that power there too, and it was like the sense that the end is coming. I don't know when, but it is coming, and all these people who think they can set themselves up against the Lord, just they don't know what's in store for them, and boy, you need to pray for people. Never really been able to come up with a good description for basking before, but I was just basking in God's love, just laying there and just feeling all the love and knowing how much he truly, truly loved me. For maybe the first time in my life, just really understood what God's love is like, and that there's nothing we have to worry about because there is nothing that can overcome him. So I don't know how long I sat there and just took that in. I don't know if it was 10 minutes or 10 hours. I don't know. I just sat there and just kind of accepted that love from him. Then at some point, there was a man walking up to me, just out of the darkness, and the top part of him was shadowed, so I was never able to see his face or even really like his shoulders, just the lower part of him. But it was the Lord. He didn't speak to me, I didn't speak to him, but he just came walking up out of the darkness, just straight towards me, and he was wearing robes. There was an inner robe that was a cream color with dark brown stripes on it, and a solid cream colored outer robe, and brown sandals. And he just came walking up and stopped right in front of me, and I looked down. I don't know why, I just looked down, and I was just looking at his feet with these sandals on, and his feet were just lightly dusty, and the only thing that went through my mind was to just fall on my knees and kiss his feet. And that's what I did, just kind of like, I guess I could kind of understand Mary Magdalene, and there just that sense that, just hit your knees, and it wasn't like you had to. It wasn't like you were being, forced to or felt guilty or anything else. Just worship, I guess. Just falling on your knees, and what a privilege to kiss the Lord's dusty feet. Just unbelievable. And then he just turned around and just walked away. I think it was shortly after that I woke up and Rory was there. One of my family members was standing there saying, "No, it's the meds." Like, no, it was not the meds. You don't see that and feel that, just from a little too much medication. They were still telling my family I was probably not going to make it. So I guess a lot of these patients that go through this end up living a week or two and then just pass away. I spent days in there looking at the wall and just bringing that back to mind over and over. And I don't care if I live to be 110, I will never, ever, ever lose that sense of what I felt when the lion appeared in front of me, when the man walked up in front of me and I bent down and kissed his feet, or just laying there just feeling God's presence. One of the things that when you have cardiac arrests like I did almost all the time, if somebody does survive, they end up a vegetable. Basically like sitting in a nursing home, staring at the wall, not knowing anybody type vegetable. I've got some memory loss, and I get confused and stuff at times. There's some different things going on and whatnot. But, since I've been home, I've just been so close to the Lord. I've always struggled in my prayer life, even at home on my own. I hate praying in public at all. I just absolutely hate it. Even on my own, I've always just struggled. Now it's just like, I know who my Father is. I'm not worried about whether I'm saved or not. I'm not worried about whether I'm good enough or not. I'm not worried about whether I can do enough things or not. You know, it's just kind of pretty easy to fall back into, you know, knowing that I don't have to do it all. He's not expecting me to do anything, even our faith, you know, just the faith. I don't have to sit there and struggle to have faith, because he even gives us our faith, you know. He gives us everything, you know, absolutely everything we need, you know, and just, you know, once we come to him, you know, he just takes over from there, and I can just talk to my Father now. I don't have to sit there and think, is he listening? You know, have I screwed up too bad today? Have I not done enough? You know, it's just he's my Father, and he's there all the time. He's with me. He's over in South Africa, but he's with me 24/7. I don't have to wait or hope. He's just there all the time. I've asked him, what can I do? I can't do anything now. I have, you know, I mean, I'm getting around with a cane. I'm lucky to do that. Some days I'm bouncing off the walls. What can I do now? I can't even stand up for a few minutes. And he says he can tell others about me. And so, you know, I guess for the time being, unless something changes, I'm a witness for him.
Dutch assigned 1 to Arlington, 2nd EMS calling the District Station 5 area. 3273, 3287, respond priority 2. Number 2596 South Road. It's located between Evergreen Avenue and Spack and Kill Road.